Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
We begin with breaking news as Moorhead police are asking for your help in finding a 13-year-old girl who ran away from home. Officials say Paige Reinke of Moorhead disappeared in the middle of the night, sometime between Monday and Tuesday. Police said her parents reported her missing Tuesday morning. Reinke is 5'4", with brown hair and brown eyes. If you know where she is or anything else about the case, contact the Red River Regional Dispatch Center at this phone number, 451-7660. State health officials are confirming 42 new cases and 2 more deaths across North Dakota. The 2 victims, a man in his 40s from Grand Forks and a man in his 90s from Cass County, both had underlying health conditions. The death toll now sits at 42. The total number of confirmed cases of COVID-19 now sits at 1,761. 3 cases were determined to be out of state, so they were removed from the count. 1,071 people have recovered from the illness and 35 are being hospitalized. Meanwhile, the Minnesota Department of Health is reporting an increase of more than 800 positive cases. The total case count is now 14,240 positive cases. 683 people have died, 20 more than the day before. 554 of the deaths happened in a nursing home or assisted living facility. 9,503 people are listed as recovered. A West Fargo woman is warning you to be careful when looking for jobs online after she says she had an uncomfortable experience this week. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter, Bailey Hurley, talked with a woman today who says she's thankful she didn't fall for the post.
Out of a job since March 13th, times have been tough for people like Sarah Rowell trying to make ends meet.
Now it's crunch time for me for sure. I've started to get a little bit nervous about rent and things like that.
She says since the day her employer shut its doors, she's been scouring the web.
I'm pretty much applying for every job that would work for me.
So when she came along a job posting on a local Facebook page, Rowell says she eagerly reached out to the woman behind the post.
She gave me his email address and told me to download the Google Chat app, which I've never heard of before, and that was flag number 1 for me. I was like, that's weird.
And Rowell says the man behind the alleged company soon reached out.
And that's when things got weird. He wanted to know if I had a credit card. He wanted my home address. He wanted my phone number. He wanted to know what phone carrier I had.
Rowell says she knew better than to give such personal information over the internet and turn the offer down, something the Better Business Bureau says was the best choice, as things like this could open you up to identity theft and financial harm.
Be done. Get out of there.
Rowell posted her experience on Facebook this afternoon to warn others in the community of the potential scam, saying it's disappointing people are trying to take advantage of those already in a tough spot.
I would say it's easy to fall into, especially for people who are having a really hard time.
In West Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
The Better Business Bureau also urges you not to accept on-the-spot job offers because while you may be an excellent candidate, a legitimate company will want to talk to a candidate before hiring. We're moving in the right direction with the warmer weather today, but I'm told we shouldn't count on dry weather all weekend. Here's Hutch with a look at your first alert forecast. Hey, Hutch.
Hey, tonight's looking absolutely fabulous. The wind's taking the day off. Beautiful conditions. You're looking at a shot from the Dakota Magic Casino. Some hazy skies, likely because of some agricultural burning or controlled burns going on across the region. Notice central South Dakota, more clouds there and showers there. But for us, our entire area will stay dry this evening. In Fargo, temperatures are going to be perfect through the early evening. We'll see an increase in clouds along and south of Interstate 94 as we go through the late evening and overnight hours, and a chance for some showers of rain by morning for some in the south. Temperatures up north, because of clear skies longer, will be just a pinch cooler as we go through the evening and overnight hours. Yes, indeed, there's a chance of some Saturday showers. I'll have an update to your forecast on that. And we'll look ahead to some even warmer temperatures, Andrea, here in just a few moments.
That sounds good. Thanks, Hutch. Authorities in the Northern Valley are alerting the public to a high-risk sex offender now working in Grand Forks. 49-year-old Juan Hernandez is working at Cost Materials in the 5000 block of Demers Avenue. He currently lives in Emerado, North Dakota. He was convicted of gross sexual imposition in 2002. Court documents state Hernandez went into a woman's home, held a knife to her throat, and raped her. He also has criminal sexual conduct convictions on his record from 1997. Those convictions involved a 14-year-old girl. Fargo Police Chief David Todd announces he will be retiring at the end of July. Chief Todd has been with the city since 1987. He has served as the police chief since 2014. The city said in a release that the chief notified the department of his intent on Friday, May 15th. The city says it will immediately start a nationwide search for the next chief. Chief Todd has agreed to remain in charge until a successor has been hired. Next time you go out, you may want to check your receipt. Restaurants across the nation are adding an extra line that says COVID-19 surcharge. Valley News Team's Kelly Hubbard found out what companies in the Valley are joining in.
Business owners say they're going above and beyond to be open and service their customers. Now it's coming at an expense. Companies all over the nation have added extra fees to customers' tabs. We found out local hair salons like MJ Capelli's are participating. They said they're adding a $2 fee to every client service. They say money will go to cleaning supplies to keep the business safe during the pandemic. Not all customers and business owners are on board.
Never say never. I mean, right now, we do not have a plan of it, but with the cost of beef going up and the cost of everything, you never know what's going to happen. At this time, we're not going to.
I myself couldn't see myself adding an extra line saying here's a fee for your COVID expenses because my customers are also going through the same thing.
Brandon Buckaloo, hardware store owner in East Grand Forks, says many business owners are stuck between a rock and a hard spot.
I guess I've had to explain to people, like, I'm sorry, my price is this high on this item. As soon as I find more supply at a lower price, I'm going to net the price down. And it's easier for me to do it that way than to add an extra line saying here's a COVID expense.
So the next time you go out, you may want to take another look at your receipt or ask if there's any additional charges. In Fargo, Callie Hubbard, Valley News Live.
Every restaurant we called today said they are not adding surcharges to their bill. Amid the coronavirus pandemic, several businesses have changed their refund and exchange policies to accommodate customers. Here are a few. Best Buy is extending its return policy until May 31st for any items bought from March 1st until now. Target has extended its policy until June 15th after earlier suspending returns. Walmart says it's currently not taking returns of food, clothing, laundry soap, beauty supplies, and home cleaning supplies. Shields does not have a date limit on returns and exchanges. The medical marijuana dispensary located in Fargo is set to reopen under a new name on May 19th. The dispensary, Pure Dakota Health, was previously known as The Botanist. It will remain in the same location at 4302 13th Avenue South. Over 2,900 qualifying patients are currently registered with the medical marijuana program. The Veterans Honor Flight of North Dakota and Minnesota has decided to suspend trips to Washington, D.C. due to COVID-19. Trips have been delayed through August 31st. The Honor Flight says most veterans they serve fall into the CDC's high-risk category, and safety is their #1 priority. The world's largest cruise line plans to lay off hundreds of employees due to the coronavirus pandemic. Carnival says it will use a combination of layoffs, furloughs, and pay cuts to keep the cruise line afloat. A majority of the cuts will impact Carnival employees in Florida, California, and Washington state. The cuts are significantly deeper than those taken by the other two largest industry players. Last month, Royal Caribbean Cruise Line said it would shed 26% of its workforce, while Norwegian Cruise Line announced a 20% cut. Still ahead tonight, Native American tribes are fighting the coronavirus, why they say they're battling at a disadvantage.
Beautiful conditions to close out the work week, and heading into the weekend, the showers in South Dakota will impact some of our weather. We'll have hour-by-hour details on your weekend coming up right after this.